Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestling Space and to another edition of AEW Rampage Out on 10. It's a big show today. Lots of big matches on the card. The Acclaim's first tag team titles defence, and it featured 4 matches, including that big title bout, which we kicked the show off with. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. It was the Acclaim versus Private Party and Butcher and the Blade. Anthony Bowen and Cassie started the match. Bowen went for a kick, but Cassie avoided it. Cal still was tagged in at this point. He took a drop kick on Cassie as the Acclaim were in control. Butcher and Blade then attacked Bowens, and also knocked Private Party out of the ring. The Butcher and Blade kept the momentum and isolated Bowens in their corner. The latter tried to make a comeback, but the Blade stopped him with a powerbomb. The Blade and the Butcher and the Blade then exchanged tags as they dominated Bowens. Bowens again tried to fight back, but the Blade took out Max Caster on the apron. Quen then tagged in and unleashed some offense on the Butcher and the Blade. Cassidy hit a move from the top rope on the Blade for a 2 count before the Butcher entered and hit a big clothesline on Quen. Towards the end of the match, Caster took out the Butcher and the Blade outside the ring with a dive from the top turnbuckle. Then Anthony Bowens hit a side slam on the Blade, and Caster hit a mic drop on him, leading to Bowens getting the pinfall victory. And Jack gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Really solid match to kick off the Acclaim's title defence. And obviously the right result. But I don't think there's any really doubt on that. But it's just about the quality of the match. And I have to say that's a really solid match to kick off the show. 7 out of 10. Lee Moriarty then took on Fuego del Sol, and Moriarty with the early advantage got a 2 count. He then hit a drop kick on Fuego and then stomped on the opponent. The referee tried to break out the barrage of stomps, but it irritated Moriarty, and towards the end of the match he hit a suplex and a slam. He followed it up by applying Border City stretch to pick up the win. Post-match, Moriarty kept his submission held, and W. Morrissey entered the ring and hit a big choke slam on Fuego del Sol. And to be honest, this gets a 5 out of 10 from me. It's basically just a job to put Moriarty over. I mean, it did it fine, it didn't really feel significant. To be honest, the Trustbusters thing hasn't quite won me over next. But anyway, it was time for Genie Hatter versus Willow Nightingale. Willow had the early advantage and hit a few headbutts on Hatter. Hatter tried to mount some offense on Willow, but she failed to see so. Willow hit a crossbody drop rope for a 2 count. She went for a chop, however, Hatter fought back with a knee strike in the corner and then hit a backbreaker for a 2 count. Towards the end, Willow hit a Death Valley driver for a 2 count on Hatter. She then went for the top rope, but Reba distracted the ref, and Baker grabbed hold of Willow's leg. Hater then hit a German suplex and a lariat to pick up the victory. And kind of like 5 out of 10 from me. Another one just to put Hater over. It wasn't bad, but it just kind of felt there and pretty insignificant. But anyway, Ryan Namath then came out and was then slicing the hometown crowd. He called ECW Extremely Crowd Wrestling. Hook then interrupts him and hit a clothesline. He then punched Namath in the corner and hit a slam and choked out Namath. The Trustbusters came out and left the envelope on the entrance ramp, which was left to Hook. And it definitely increased my entertainment. That faction of Hook was to join, but it's decent stuff. And the promo from them was a bit weird, but I just like Hook. But anyway, it's time for Roosh versus John Silver. Roosh, who of course just signed full-time via AEW, and both men started shoving each other at the start of the match. Roosh then went to the outside and re-entered before the ref could finish the 10 count. He then got the advantage after hitting some chops and drop kicks on John Silver. Roosh then pulled Silver out of the ring and dropped him on the guardrail and tossed Silver back inside the squared circle and hit an elbow drop. He then went for the bullstorm but stopped midway and started stomping Silver. After a back and forth between the two men, Silver caught Roosh mid-air and dropped him for a 2 count. Both men exchanged shots and Roosh came out of top with a huge top, and Silver then hit Brainbuster for a 2 count. Alex Reynolds came out to even the odds at ringside. However, Roosh took advantage of the commotion and hit the Bull's horn to pick up the victory. Post-match, Darkholder and Andrade's Idolo's faction brawled. Hangman then came out and made quick work of Butcher, Blade and Idolo. He then exchanged shots with Roosh, but the latter avoided the backshot lariat. Jose, however, wasn't fortunate and got hit with Paige's backshot lariat to win the show. And wasn't a bad ending segment at all. Paige just came out and destroyed everyone, which kind of I think that's probably the point of this. But it gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Roosh just looked like a beast here. Paige looked like a beast. Roosh did as well. Really decent match between the two of them, and put Hangman over at the end. So 6 out of 10 wasn't bad, but at the end of the day, I'm probably not going to remember it hugely. Overall, Rampage this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. To be honest, I kind of thought it was a bit of a mediocre episode of Rampage this week. The opening match was really good, the last match wasn't bad either. It's just kind of the 2 matches in between that really I wasn't a fan of, anything just kind of felt there. So, gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Wasn't one of the best episodes of Rampage I've ever seen, to be honest. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, don't forget to comment down below if you want to. Thanks for sharing for daily wrestling news and subscribe for us on the screen. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.